Hello and welcome to this episode of Thai Food. Today I'm going to do some roasted garlic spinach. That's right, spinach. If you don't like it, tune this out. Anyways, got 10 ounces of spinach here from Walmart. And I do the fresh spinach. I don't mess around with frozen spinach. It's too watery. It's just, nasty. And the same with the canned spinach. It's just, that's not spinach in my book. So I'm going to go ahead and get this prepped so when I'm ready to open it or to throw it in there, it's good to go. Now I'm going to start preheating my electric skillet here at about, we're going to go about 250. And going to let this heat up here. And of course I've got my homemade roasted garlic paste here. And you can see I got a little bit of the oil on top. And there's a reason I do that, because it's all in one package here. So I'm going to use some of this oil in here with this. And it's going to help give it some garlic flavor. And of course, I'm going to have some of the garlic paste in there as well. So I'm going to start with getting the butter in there. That's 2 tablespoons of butter that I just plopped in there. And I got that out of the fridge. Go ahead and make sure I get it all off the paper there. And while that's melting down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drizzle about a teaspoon of this oil in there. And that's all you need. And then while that's off of it, we want half a tablespoon of the roasted garlic paste. So I'm just going to have that ready to go here. Set it on the lid for the mason jar. And let me grab myself some tongs here. If I can figure out where they're at. Alright, can't find the tongs, so I'll go with a spatula. Want a nice silicone spatula here. You can hear this sizzling right now, so that means we're just about ready for this. So what we want to do, we don't want to get the garlic in just yet, but we want to go in with the spinach. We're going to put the whole bag right in, just like so. Because this is all going to wilt right down, and before you know it, there ain't going to be much left. And I think I lost one on the floor, but that's okay. I know the cats won't eat it, so I'll have to pick it up later. Alright, so at this point, since we've got this in here, we want to add our salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The salt's going to help pull the liquid out of this spinach. And it also helps block some of those bitter receptors on your tongue. The salt gets right in there, binds in those receptors of the tongue, and you don't notice the bitterness as much with the spinach. I'm going to plop our roasted garlic paste in here, like so. Now just kind of spread it around. It'll get mixed in later. Just like that. And some black pepper. However much you like. And I forgot to grab out the onion powder. Here it is. A little slight sprinkle. There we go. Of onion powder. Not too much, because we don't want to overwhelm the garlic. And on with the lid to help this wilt down, and then we're going to kick this down to a simmer at this point. And what we want to do, we want to have a little heat there at the moment and get it to start to wilt down. And briefly here, I'm going to take the lid back off, mix this up, and then put the lid back on. But we're just helping create the heat that we need to wilt the spinach at the moment. Now this is where I go in and start mixing it. And then I'll put the lid back on again. You can see this is starting to reduce down to not a whole lot. So if you got a really big family who likes their spinach and really likes this dish, you might need 2 bags of that spinach. But it's always good to have some, because fresh spinach is really good in your salad as well. Just add it in with the lettuce. You won't even know it's in there really. It takes on basically the flavor of lettuce. Alright, we're going to get this back on here briefly. Just make sure we get this, we want to get the stems cooked. Because you don't want, you know, crunchy stems. Nobody likes those, really. While I'm doing that, just going to clean up a little bit. Get some stuff ready to be taken care of. There we are. All set for that. Alright, and that's really all we need to do. Now we want to get this off and try to get some of this liquid cooked out of this. Because you don't want it watery. And what liquid we have is going to help mix the garlic flavor around too. So, if you noticed before, I just kind of plopped the paste around. At this point, with the liquid on there, the garlic's going to start moving around with the spinach and get the flavor spread around with it. And if you don't like a lot of garlic like I do, and you know you want to cut back, instead of using a teaspoon and a half or half a tablespoon like I did, use 3/4 of a teaspoon. Opt out and not have any of it. Then it wouldn't be roasted garlic spinach, but I guess it should be spinach with roasted garlic and butter is what I should say, because we definitely got more spinach than we do roasted garlic. But that's okay. And at this point, it's pretty much all set. Just letting some of the water cook out of it. Making sure, you know, the stems are cooked good enough. And this is probably enough for one meal for my wife and I. And I don't think we'd have a whole lot of leftovers left out of this, because we're the only ones that'll eat it. But the other thing you could do is you could make this recipe, set it aside, put it in the fridge after it cools off, and then take a little bit here and there, about a 1/4 cup, and get some, you know, mini criminy mushrooms that are sliced. Get those into a saute pan with a little bit of butter. Get them sauteing with some salt, and then right about the time they're done sauteing, you throw in a 1/4 cup of this to heat it up. Then throw it inside an omelet with some feta cheese. That is heaven right there, let me tell you. That's like a Greek omelet to me. But, you know, or you could just do just the spinach, you know. Warm it up really quick in the saute pan, add the feta cheese to it inside the omelet, and you're good to go. At this point, this is all set. It is going to have some liquid in there still, but we pretty much got the majority of it out of there, and whatever liquid's left in there is going to add so much flavor to this. It's unbelievable. Let me grab a bowl here. We're going to cut the heat off. We're going to bowl this up. That looks wonderful. It smells amazing. And let me tell you, this in an omelet is just, it's awesome. This is pretty much similar to what I did when I did my quiche as well. I just, you know, sauteed it with the mushrooms and all that first. Actually, I got the mushrooms and the onions going first, but there we have it. That's what you're looking at when you're done. That whole bag is reduced down to this. This ain't a whole lot. Let me tell you, I could eat this myself, but I'll be nice and I'll share it with my wife too. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a little try. Make sure we got our seasoning on point. I mean, after all, it is a food show, right? Don't want to burn my tongue. Maybe I'd talk less though, wouldn't I? Oh yeah. Just the right amount of salt. Garlic is there. It's great. I don't really notice the pepper so much, but there is a little tingle from the pepper, so, and the garlic, or the onion powder, you don't really know it's there, but it's good. So, there you have it, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Thai Food on Facebook group, Thai Food on Twitter, Thai Food on YouTube is on my Instagram, and I'll post all that in the description down below. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.